Hey, Basol, Boxing Fanaticos is entered to do another boxing analysis. This boxing analysis is between Ryan, the future generation of boxing, Garcia, versus no other than Jayson, the relentless one, Velez. Now, when it comes to this fight, I really believe that you're going to see a good contrast of styles, which is always important, first and foremost. I'm going to break down the keys to victory of this fight. And I'm going to try to, see the different weaknesses of both Ryan and Jayson Velez. Now, let's go with Ryan first. He is 14-0 with 13 knockouts. He's undefeated. He's confident. He's feeling himself. He has a lot of female fans. He's young and popping, 19 years old, already with 31 rounds, in his resume, 93% KO percentage. And he has 14 bouts total, which that's pretty good for a 19-year-old. That means he's been fighting pretty consistently since his pro debut. Now, another thing is he has a 70-inch reach, which is very important for a 130-pound division. And he's 5'10" tall. He's orthodox. He's a super featherweight. Just in case people didn't know what 130 was. And he's very, very confident, and that's what is one of his strong points. Now, when it comes to his weak points, he has 3 of them. His 3 weak points is he holds a lot when he gets intimidated, which is nothing wrong with that, but there's going to be times that you run into a fighter that's not going to allow you to hold. Then what will you do? What will be your keys to victory? What will be your why? What would be the dog that would be brought out of you? Number 2 weakness that I see, number 2 would probably be no other than just the inexperience. Velez, he has a decent record. You know what I'm saying? He has a very decent record. And I feel like the inexperience could play a part in this fight versus Ryan Garcia. With Jayson Velez, who is 26-4 with 18 knockouts and 1 draw. Another thing too, Ryan Garcia kind of throws his chin up, throws his chin back like that, and when you throw your chin back like that, you can end up getting caught with a punch. Now, he is much taller than Velez. If I look at Velez's height, he's only 5 foot 8.5 inches tall. He's an orthodox guy, boxed 180 rounds, so he's a veteran in the sport with 58% knockout ratio. Once you're over the fight range of 25 fights, in my opinion, just my humble opinion, I believe that you are a veteran, especially if there have been some quality opponents in the top 15 that you have faced, at least 3. I consider you a veteran. His residence is Juncos, Puerto Rico, and birthplace is Caguas, Puerto Rico. So I have much respect for him. He comes from, Mi Familia's place. I'm not sure he's from Hormegas, but in El Barrio. But I believe that he is from a close area in Caguas by it. So, big fan of Jayson Velez. I think this is going to be Ryan's stiffest test today. He may not even knock him out. Now, I do see Ryan being very slick in there, because he's going to be in there with a guy way more highly experienced. Let me even show you all the titles he's won. That's Jayson Velez right there, guys. And you see all the titles, so he's no slouch. You know what I'm saying? This is a real test for Ryan Garcia. He's at age 30. He was born in 88. And he calls himself La Maravilla. The marvelous one. After Sergio Maravilla Martinez, some people say they even look alike. Whatever. But this is going to be at the StubHub Center in Carson, California. Do not miss it. It's for the vacant NABF Super Featherweight title. The World Boxing Organization NABO Super Featherweight title will be on the line as well. Like I said, this is a huge fight. Now let's get to the keys of victory. I'm not going to hold you guys back no further. Keys to victory. There will be 5. For Ryan Garcia, let's go through his first. Keys to victory. Use your double jab consistently. Turn the angles. Never going back. Side to side. So 1, 2, step to the side. 1, 2, steps to the side. And move your head after you punch. After you punch, move your head. Or understand distance. understand distance, and slide back. Sometimes Ryan does this slight slide back where he's reading his opponent with his eyes. Now, if he can do that where he's reading his opponent with his eyes, then he's good to go. There's no need for him to do the side-to-side thing now. But if he starts having trouble and getting hit, redirect your game plan, and then we're going to get to number 2. He needs to adjust. All great fighters, once you start stepping up in competition in the top 15, because he's facing a top 15 fighter, you have to learn to adjust. If you don't adjust, you're going to get steamrolled and rolled over by somebody that you thought wasn't anything. You didn't know how hungry he was, and he came in there and got you out of there. So it's important to stay poised, stay focused, stay determined each and every round, because it'll be over before you know it. So you want to make sure you're putting money in the bank, which is step number 3. Step number 3, put money in the bank. Put water in the basement, as Teddy Atlas used to say. Throw the left hook to the body, throw the right hook to the body. One shots, pot shots, but use the jab first for leverage, for location. Location, 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 bop, location, location, bop. So you do it like that, keep him at distance, fight in the mid-range game. That's your bread and butter, Ryan Garcia, and that's number 4. Stay in the mid-range game, stay in the long-range game when you can. Long range would be best, but mid-range is where you can get your optimal power, I believe, in his shots. Because more of the long range is keeping him at bay with the jab. But mid-range, it's that really, really millisecond, that split second that you have to make a smart reaction and let your hands go. And I feel like Ryan's punch will get there before Velez's punch because of the speed and the accuracy of a Ryan Garcia. He has really good eyes. So number 5, last but not least, never underestimate the other guy's greed of how bad he wants to win this. So if you go in there all cocky and you're talking to your fans and you're trying to blow kisses at the women, you might fuck around and fuck up. That's why Ryan, it's impressive to see his rise, because this is similar to an Oscar De La Hoya type of rise. And anybody that grew up in the 90s, I was a little kid, little baby in the 90s, but anybody that was around in the 90s that were, 12, 13, 14, you probably remember Oscar's rise, especially if you watched it with your tios and your tias and, your papito. Everybody watching Oscar De La Hoya on pay-per-view at a very early age, doing damage in front of thousands and thousands of female fans. And a lot of time you don't know how to handle that properly, which he does have his father, he has his madre with him, which is a beautiful thing because you need that balance. He has this Theo with him too, and his brother. You have to have a good balance, a good healthy balance of confidence, but make sure you have self-assurance that you're going to go in there and handle business, not just fuck around, play around, and get stopped or fuck around and get clipped with something when all you had to do is be focused. So have tunnel vision. That's number 5. Just have tunnel vision and get the job done. If you get them hurt, keep that killer instinct, get them out of there. You have a great counter punching ability, use it. Now, Jayson Velez, man. For people that's not familiar with Jayson Velez, I'm going to show you guys a couple of his highlights. Jayson Velez does really good work to the body. He's a great body punch. I've been watching him for years. I watched him in the amateurs, and the dude is fucking special. Like I said, we're going to get to some of his highlights. And the top 5 things that he needs to do is just jab. Number 1, try to beat Ryan to the jab and then get in the inside. Hold when you need to. You're probably going to get clipped with something because Ryan's super fast. So hold when you need to hold is number 2. Number 3, he needs to be very, very good and selective when to come in and work the body and when not to, because sometimes he gets a little too machismo and then he ends up getting hurt or getting clipped with something because he wasn't paying attention to what the other guy's doing. He's just swinging punches. So work on that. Number 4, he needs to use side-to-side movement himself. I'm really a big believer in side-to-side movement. It confuses things and you're always a moving target. And just move your head. After you throw your punches, just even in the inside, put your head on his shoulder. And then get back to work. After the referee say, break, get back to work. Don't wait. Hit him in the body. Put water in the basement. And then number 5, drown him. If you can drown him in the later rounds, like bank on putting the body work in, beating him to the punch and the jab, and letting your combinations go. Throw 4-punch combinations. Throw the 1-2 with bad intentions, and put Ryan in a state where he has to adjust. And each time try to meet him while he's trying to adjust with you, and you'll win that chess match. Because Ryan is really good at the chess match, but if you're on top of your game like you say you are, you're going for the kill. And I know you have a good killer instinct, because the few the knockouts I have seen you have, you go for the kill and you get him out of there. So Ryan's really gonna have to be on his P's and Q's, because Jayson said he's coming in for blood. So I really think Jayson has to be really smart with just doing that. You know, making sure that you stay on top of him if you get him hurt. You might fuck around and get the TKO stoppage and shock the world, but that's very, very unlikely, because, you know, Golden Boy it's just a big machine behind Ryan Garcia. If you guys don't know, I'm gonna show you some weigh-in highlights. Let's see if you guys. I'm gonna go to that first before I go to Jayson Velez. It's gonna be a little bit longer video than usual, because, you know, this is a big fight, man. It's a big fight. Here we go. Show you guys the weigh-in. It'll pop up.
With presenting sponsor Tecate and Hennessy.
I was just curious.
And our matchup from Jucos, Puerto Rico, please welcome La Maravilla, Jayson Velez. His opponent tomorrow night, the fighting pride of the high desert, ladies and gentlemen. Here is undefeated featherweight sensation Ryan Flash Garcia. Contract weight for this 10-round title fight, 130 pounds. Jayson Velez, you are first on the scale. Velez, a veteran from Jucos, Puerto Rico, brings 26 wins, including 18 knockouts, 4 defeats, and 1 draw. .4, Velez, 130 and 1/2. All right, Velez is electing to go for the towel, so please close your eyes out there, ladies. Okay, we're 130.2 currently for Jayson Velez, 130.2. So he has about an hour to drop that quarter pound. Next on the scale, ladies and gentlemen, from Victorville, California, undefeated, Ryan Flash Garcia. Second opportunity for Garcia, he's 130.4. So both fighters are a little bit overweight at this
So that's something I wanted to talk to you guys about too. Both fighters, for whatever reason, did not, you know, make weight properly or whatever. That's something that I was thinking about too. Why did both not make weight, knowing this is such a big fight? They ended up making weight eventually, after about an hour of doing whatever they was doing, shadow boxing or whatever. I believe it only took Ryan like 30 minutes or something. And they ended up both making 130, which is good. The championship is on. I just want to see will that affect both? You know, and especially Velez, you know, being 30 years old, and then you have to shed. I don't care if it's point 0.2 more. Once you've already, you know, wasted your body out, you know, it's hard. Being a fighter is very hard, especially when you're not staying disciplined with your weight and staying on weight. But sometimes the scales is fucked up too. But that's a whole different topic. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get to the Velez highlights so you guys can be a little familiar with them before I end this video. And yeah, man, it's been real. It's been real talking with you guys about some good boxing. A lot of you guys been giving me good feedback. You know, one of my videos, I was very surprised. You guys been showing love. Been getting 20,000 views and everything else, and that helps my channel grow. So I really appreciate that. I really, really do, guys. Let's see here. Jayson Velez. Let's see. Maravilla. Here we go. Let me see if this is it. All right, my people. Tell me what you think. Let me know if that's coming in clear. There we go.
Soy Jayson Velez, la maravilla. Quiero contarles lo que fui, lo que soy hoy y en lo que pronto me convertiré. La vida no se trata de caerse, sino de levantarse, de reconocer tus errores, aprender de ellos y reafirmar. Lo tuve todo.
24 Gradovich.
Fama, seguidores, pero algo no andaba bien. Me estaba convirtiendo en alguien diferente al Jayson que todos conocen. Alguien que hoy repudio con todo mi corazón, porque perdí la esencia y la humildad que tanto me caracterizaba. Olvidé que lo material jamás tiene el alma, sino que la corrompe. Lo perdí casi todo, mi casa, mis autos, y lo peor de todo, casi pierdo mi familia.
Jayson, mi hijo, mi rayo de luz, te amamos desde el día en que te vi salir de mi vientre. Eres Saibazú, eres Congo, eres Puerto Rico.
Jayson, mi esposo, hoy te recuerdo el compromiso que una vez te hice, y es que estaré a tu lado apoyándote, porque eres y siempre serás mi campeón.
Ser el entrenador de Jayson me da fortaleza, tanto en el trabajo como en lo personal. Jayson no se descarta, no se rinde. Tenemos mucho que contar, somos el equipo de Ciudad.
As you see, he has a good left-right hook combination.
Bueno, para mí Jayson Velez es un guerrero que lo voy a hacerse de nada hasta todo. Esos guerreros que miran, es un soldado, no se trata de caerse, sino de levantarse como Jayson lo está haciendo, y sé que siempre lo hará.
As you see, he's been very successful in his career. He idols after Miguel Angel Cotto. His Cotto's from Caguas, Puerto Rico. He is the ultimate hero of Puerto Rico besides Felix Trinidad and the greats before us, like Hector Macho Camacho from Bayamón, Puerto Rico.
Bienvenidos.
Alfredo Benitez. I mean, we can keep going. All right, and now we get to the other highlights. That was just more of a documentary. So you guys can get familiar with him. Let's see here. We're gonna go with, let's see with this one. This should be it right here. Hold up. There we go. Wait for it to pop up.
4, Ryan the Flash Garcia will headline a special edition of Golden Boy Boxing as he faces seasoned Puerto Rican contender Jayson La Maravilla Velez. The event will take place at the StubHub Center in Carson, California, and will kick off the Cinco de Mayo festivities. At only 19 years of age, and with an
I guess that's not the one either. But like I said, I guess there's really no big, huge highlights on Velez, just like this whole video. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. My final pick, I have Ryan Garcia pulling it out. And I know people are like, what? You're not picking the Boricua? Man, I really think this is Ryan's time right now. And his speed will be too much. I believe his accuracy would be too much. And I believe he's going to rise to the occasion. And he has a lot to prove. Jayson Velez has a lot to prove too. But I just think that Ryan Garcia's sharpness, his quickness, his accuracy, his jab, and his ring IQ for such a young age is very high. So I see him getting either a early stoppage or early knockout, or I see him, I'm talking about from I'll say 2 rounds to 5. Once he gets past 5 rounds, I see Jayson Velez taking it to the distance because he's a veteran and he knows how to survive. And once he learns your style, there's not much you can really do to knock him out unless you just have relentless, crazy pressure and just crazy accuracy to the point he can't see the punches coming. Because always remember, the punches you don't see will hurt you the worst. So yeah, Ryan Garcia by I'll say by knockout. By knockout. So let me you guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. Get back to you more boxing news, analysis, and updates. Don't forget to hit that bell icon. It's right next to the subscribe button. Peace.